How are you guys? I miss you too much. Today I'm going to revise something really important about vocabulary. Here guys, I want to show you how the letter is pronounced differently, and a bunch of letters, or what we call them, blending. Each collection of 2 or 3 letters could be pronounced differently, So the title is Letter Sound Relationships. When you read, it's important to check your understanding. Sometimes you may come to a word that you do not recognize. So recognize means, no, I don't know this word, how this word sound, I don't know how to read it. So one strategy you can use is to sound out the word. Try to sound it, try to say it, Say each sound in the word, then blend the sounds together to say the whole word. All right? To do this, you must know which letters and sounds are related. Letters' names are consonant, but the sounds they represent can change. Before I read the rest of the page, let me tell you something about that. Guys, the letter, for example, H. We know, or we learned A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. All right? So its name is H, but how do we pronounce H? Is it pronounced as H sound? Actually, no. H is pronounced as H sound. In the same way, you should know how each letter is pronounced, because it could be different from its name. For example, letter C is sometimes pronounced as K sound, like cat and call, and sometimes it's pronounced like Sa, like city. All right? So you have to know how this letter is pronounced in different parts or in different places in a word. Look at the underlined word in this paragraph from the true story of how math saved our lives. Looking out at the icy landscape, guys, here, icy, the icy. So how was letter C pronounced? Exactly like Sa, like S, Sa sound. I suddenly realized how much trouble we were in. We were quite a way past the last town, and it was probably even farther to the cabin. So another word that has the letter C, but here it was pronounced differently. Here, cabin, but the last one is icy. The same letter, but the method is different. Here Sa sound, but here Ka sound. In icy and cabin, the letter C stands for different sounds. In icy, the letter Sa or C stands for the same sound as the letter S, as in so, like so. In cabin, it stands for same sound as the letter K, as in kit. All right? So they are 2 different sounds, but the same letter. Sometimes 2 or more letters together represent a single sound. Look at the underlined word in this phrase from the true story of how math saved our lives. We were too far out to get phone reception. Phone reception. Guys, here we have P or P letter and H letter. P is pronounced as P and H is pronounced as H. But when they come together, when we form a blending, so they get a third sound, F sound. phone, elephant, telegraph, photography. The letters P and H in phone stands for one consonant sound, the same sound as the letter F, as in fun. The sound is different from when P and H appear separately. Some consonants pairs don't make a completely different sound like F or P and H. However, they do join together to make consonant blend. The underlined word in this sentence from the true story of how math saved our lives includes the consonant blend cur, cur, you know? The map crinkled in my hand as I turned it the right way up. So, criminal, corrupt, right? Crunchy. Some letters are not pronounced when they're paired with other letters. These are called silent letters. Of course, it's really common in English. Look at the underlined word in this sentence from the true story of how math saved our lives. Here, as you see, we wrote. We didn't pronounce letter W. We didn't say W. We start with R, wrote. So W here is silent. We wrote this down in the back of the instruction book. So the letter W in wrote is not pronounced. The beginning sound is the sound of the letter R. Let's go here. Let's move to apply and practice. The first exercise, he wants you to read these words and practice sounding them out with a partner, and I think that should be in your classroom. Exercise B, read the sentence below. Underline the word that have the correct sound, the correct letter sound relationship. So here, find one letter representing two different consonant sounds. That's number one. So you need to search for a letter, one letter, but is represented in two different ways, in two different sounds. You know, my cat always tries to drink the milk from my cereal bowl. Cereal bowl. Cat and cereal. You know, so C here was pronounced as ka, but here it was different. It was pronounced as sa. All right. So in the same way, you need to focus on how letter blending or collection of letters is pronounced differently in each word. All right. Hope you found it easy and useful. See you next time. See ya.